ceremonial first pitch, Bulls General Manager and President Kevin Gavami has a special presentation to our former coach Scott Rhodes. And this is for service to the ball club over 5 seasons. Scott, we thank you very much for all you've done for the ball club, and we appreciate every minute of it. Thank you, sir.
Well, welcome to game number 2 of a Canada Day doubleheader as the Lethbridge Bulls honor Coach Rhodes, a player who led them to numerous successes in the WMBL. And we'll do our ceremonial first pitch in just moments here. Oh, Canada's been sung, game number 2 of a Canada Day doubleheader. And we'll be good to go after a few pregame ceremonial shenanigans here. They want to throw the first pitch out, but we're getting the ground rules explained. And anyway, Darren Koch leading off for the Swift Current Indians, the designated hitter. Andrew Sauceda, the left fielder, will hit second. Jose Rojas will play short and hit third for the Tribe. Nick Day will hit cleanup and play third base. Kevin Zarnecki moves to second base. He hits fifth. Nate Ackerman will hit sixth, the Tribe right fielder. Tyler Enns hits seventh. He'll play center field. Kevin Betancourt draws in behind the plate. He'll hit eighth, and Reed Fritzke will also enter the lineup for game number 2 of this doubleheader after having the earlier game off. He will hit ninth. Andrew Malone will be the starting pitcher for the Swift Current Indians when we get to him, and we'll tell you more about him in the bottom of the first inning. For the Lethbridge Bulls, their starting pitcher is going to be Tyler Gibson. This will be his 3rd appearance. He has 2 starts this year, 12 and a third innings of work. He's been hit off of 11 times. 3 runs, 2 of them earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 8. He's 1-0. with a 1.45 ERA. Lethbridge Bulls now 19-6 on the year, far and away first place in the WMBL. The Swift Current Indians fall 16 after the 6-5 heartbreaking loss earlier today against the Lethbridge Bulls. Tribe losing in the bottom of the 9th as an errant throw while Trace Hansen was stealing third base. Went into the outfield, and Hansen was able to touch home and win it for the Bulls. So the Tribe looking to split this Canada Day doubleheader. We'll hopefully have the first pitch before too long. It's going to be a long bus ride home for the Tribe tonight, and we're expected to get underway with game number 2 at 7:35, and I think we're done all the pregame ceremonies and whatnot. Tyler Gibson, right-handed pitcher, throwing his warm-up tosses. This will be his 3rd appearance on the year, both of them starts. And the Swift Current Indians just looking for some traction as they've now lost 2 in a row. Next home game for the Tribe is going to be tomorrow when they host the Regina Red Sox. That game will be 7:05 at Mitchell Field in Swift Current. Hoping for a packed house for that one. It'll be the Tribe's first home game in 8 days. So they're anxious for a little home cooking and playing a game in the comfy confines of Mitchell Field with the passionate fan support that they always get. Tribe, final game of a long road swing here tonight in Lethbridge. The late start time at 7:35 is so that they can back time the end of this game to the Canada Day fireworks display that they have annually in Lethbridge. That will happen near the ballpark here. So it's all about the Lethbridge Bulls today. Doubleheaders and 7:35 start times. Tribe just glad to be a part of it. Darren Koch gets set to lead off for the Swift Current Indians. Koch, Sauceda, Rojas do up for the Tribe here in the top of the first inning. Earlier this afternoon, the Tribe did put up 1 in the top of the first. Darren Koch, first pitch of the game. Are you kidding me? Whammo! A no-doubter. A home run to right field. That's how you get it going. His 2nd dinger of the year. Darren Koch, a no-doubter. Boom. That heifer got off the ranch real quick. And that got the crowd into it, albeit for the reasons that Lethbridge wasn't hoping for. So 1-0 Tribe. Darren Koch, first pitch of the ball game, and whammo. Andrew Sauceda hammers his first offering foul, and that brings the Swift Current Indians dugout to life. .330 to right field here in Lethbridge, and that shot that Koch hit had to be about .360. 0-2 the count to Andrew Sauceda, not the start that Tyler Gibson was hoping for on the mound for the Lethbridge Bulls. Sauceda moving up to second in the Tribe batting order. Earlier today, he hit seventh, was 1 for 3 for the Tribe. Gibson throwing to Travis Steinke as Sauceda pops one up. Hits that towards Trace Hansen at second base. And Sauceda will fly out to second. That'll bring Jose Rojas to the plate. Rojas 1 for 5 earlier today. His first at bat. And the second end of a doubleheader. Jose hitting .333 on the regular season. Now it just decides to work. Like, I don't know why. Like, your phone is the most temperamental of the three. It just refuses. All right, our apologies for a few technical difficulties. We're back here in Lethbridge. Nate Ackerman leading off for the Swift Current Indians, who lead it 1-0. We're now in the top of the second inning. Ackerman's first at bat of the game. And 1-1, the count to Nate. Tyler Gibson gave up a solo home run to Darren Koch on the first pitch of the game. That's been the only run thus far. Shot by Ackerman, hit into center field. And getting underneath that ball and making the catch is Josh Day, who draws into game number 2 of this doubleheader. Ackerman, a deep shot. He'll fly out to center field. And that'll bring Tyler Enns to the plate. Enns earlier today was 1 for 5 for the Swift Current Indians. Did have an RBI for the Tribe. His first at bat in game number 2 of this Canada Day doubleheader. Tyler Gibson throwing to Travis Steinke, Mitch Dornblood at first, Trace Hansen at second, Evan Como is the shortstop, and Ryan Podajchuk back at third. Mason Shiflett in left, Josh Day in center, and Brandon Buffton will play right field for the Bulls in game number 2. Top of the second and a 1-0 lead for the Swift Current Indians. Tyler ends up now, Kevin Betancourt in the on-deck area, and Reed Fritzke will also play in game number 2 of this doubleheader. Wind up in the delivery from Gibson. Fastball just misses low and out. And that'll make it a 3-1 count to Tyler Enns. And Enns is going to get walked in 5 pitches.
Catcher number 22, Kevin Betancourt.
So Tyler Enns draws a walk as we enter the twilight of Canada Day here at Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge. So Kevin Betancourt, who sat out game number 1, is going to catch and hit 8th in the Swift Current Indians order for game number 2 of this Canada Day doubleheader. Reed Fritzke waits on deck. First pitch from Gibson. Fastball with some zip on it, pounds the catcher's mitt, and 1-0 the count. Joe Carnahan with a runner on at first, and Kevin Betancourt at the plate sends in signals. Tyler Enns on the year, 5 stolen bases. He's been caught stealing 4 times, though. We'll see if he's in motion on the 1-0 count as Gibson to the plate. There's a shot by Betancourt opposite field. And positioning himself underneath to make the catch in right field is Brandon Buffton.
He makes the catch, and that puts beer on sale for the next 10 minutes.
So that'll bring Reed Fritzky to the plate.
Number 16, Reed Fritzky.
Fritzky hitting .273 on the season for the Tribe. First-year member of the Swift Current Indians. Played his college ball at Colby Community College in Kansas. Top of the order in the 1-for-1, Darren Koch on deck. As quickly checking the runner is Gibson. And in safe is Tyler Enns. Fastball is up. Gibson's got some gas. Big right-hander throwing hard, and 1-0 the count. Tyler Enns, with the sun in his eyes, takes his lead off at first. Pitchers will have to be wary of any pickoff moves to first, as the sun will be right in the eyes of their first baseman. And that can create a few unnecessary adventures, as we have a packed Canada Day crowd here, 1,000 plus easily here in Lethbridge to watch this one between the Swift Current Indians and the Lethbridge Bulls, as Reed Fritzky takes a big hack and misses at the high fastball. Count is 1-2. Tyler Gibson winds and fires. In motion is Tyler Enns. Fritzky will go down swinging, and that'll be the third out. So Reed Fritzky strikes out. Bottom of the second coming up. 1-0 lead for the Swift Current Indians. One swing of the bat from Darren Koch has made all the difference, as he had a solo homer in the top of the first on the first pitch of the game. 1-0 Tribe with the bottom of the second coming up when we return with Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball. It's summer cruising time, and Living Sky Casino would like to help fill your tank by giving away $1,000 in fuel every Wednesday in July. Swipe your Players Club card daily throughout July for chances to win $1,000 in fuel every Wednesday at 8 p.m. You must be present to win, so take a trip to Living Sky Casino to fill your tank. Live it up. Living Sky Casino. Living Sky. Live it up.
The old saying goes,
"It's not what you know, it's who you know."
well, in this digital age, it's not what you know or who you know, but who knows you. If you're in business and want to be noticed, get in touch with Snowstreaker Media.
Websites, social media, video production, creative writing.
Trust Snowstreaker to tell your stories in ways that will get everyone's attention. If you're looking for an edge on the competition, make Snowstreaker your secret weapon. Visit snowstreaker.com to learn more.
And we're back with Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball. Bottom of the first inning, we were fighting technical difficulties, so we didn't have an opportunity to meet our pitcher. Andrew Malone getting the start for the Swift Current Indians, his second appearance of the year. He worked 3 innings in Yorkton. And the first offering from Malone to Mitch Dornblatt just misses for ball 1. Malone, 1 appearance. He went 3 innings in Yorkton. Was hit off of once, 1 run. It was an earned run. Walked 2 and struck out 1. ERA of 3. So second appearance of the year for Malone. Left-handed pitcher as he winds and delivers to Dornblatt, and that fastball is up and out. 2-1 the count. Dornblatt, Shiflett, and Podajchuk due up for Lethbridge. Malone, change up just a bit out. And 3-1 the count to Dornblatt. Mitch Dornblatt hitting just above 300. Earlier today, 2 for 4 for the Lethbridge Bulls in game number 1 of the doubleheader. On the season, Dornblatt comes into this game hitting .315. As Malone is going to walk him on a 3-2 pitch that was in the dirt. That'll put one on for the offensive-minded Lethbridge Bulls. Dornbluth without a stolen base. One of the only Lethbridge regulars, in fact, the only Lethbridge regular that doesn't have a swipe bag on the year. On Canada Day, in front of their biggest crowd of the year, who knows? Maybe the Lethbridge Bulls will change that and try to send them. As Andrew Malone, the lefty, is able to look at the runner and deliver that pickoff move to first. So Mason Shiflett, left fielder, up now, 309 hitter. As Malone winds and fires, Shiflett shows bunt and pulls the lumber away. And 1-0 the count. One-0 pitch. Shiflett checks a swing and makes contact with that ball, sending it towards the Tribe dugout. Evening things up at 1-1. Game number 2 of a Canada Day doubleheader here in Lethbridge. The Swift Current Indians dropped a 6-5 decision earlier today. As Malone throws to Fritzky, keeping Dornbluth in check. Andrew Malone doesn't want Mitch Dornbluth to have his first stolen base of the season at his expense. Trying to get that bunt down is Shiflett, and he'll bunt it foul, making the count 1-2. And that'll alter the complexion of this at bat. Lethbridge third base coach says swing away now, with the count 1-2. Packed house here at Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge. 1,000 plus, likely their biggest crowd of the year. Standing room only. 2,000. Hit to third base, potential for 2, the 5, the 4, and not quite the 3 as Shiflett will reach on a fielder's choice.
Third baseman, number 24.
And that'll bring Ryan Podajchuk to the plate, 203 hitter. And today, Podajchuk 0 for 4 earlier on. So a 203 hitter overall on Canada Day. So far, not so good for Podajchuk, 0 for 4. In front of this 2,000 plus here in Lethbridge. And everyone's celebrating Canada Day here in their own way. Shot by Podajchuk, hit hard towards the beverage garden area. And a loud and long strike for Andrew Malone. 0-1 the count in this lefty versus lefty matchup. So runner on at first, 1 out. In motion is the runner, and sliding in safe is Shiflett. Shiflett reached on a fielder's choice moments ago. One hopper from Kevin Betancourt was bobbled, and for Shiflett, that'll be stolen base number 3 on the year. 3 for 4 in the stolen base department is the Lethbridge left fielder. Count to Podajchuk is 1-1. We're in the bottom of the second in a 1-0 Swift Current Indians lead. They got 1 run on the first pitch of the ball game as Darren Koch had a solo home run on the opening pitch of this second end of a doubleheader. So Kevin Betancourt, quick chat. As Andrew Malone count 1-1 with 1 out. Podajchuk, lefty on lefty, going low and across the plate. And 2-1 the count. Runner on at second is Shiflett. Bulls with only 1 out here, so they got some room to maneuver to try and tie this game up in the bottom of 2. Malone, that'll be a called strike as he paints the outside corner. And 2-2 the count. And on in relief in a Swift Current Indians 6-0 loss in Yorkton 1 week ago. Or this past weekend, rather. 2-2 pitch, and it'll be a called strike 3 as Malone throws a curveball that froze Padichuk. And Padichuk 0 for 5 on the day. So Taylor Hutchison to the plate now. He's DHing for the Bulls. 191 hitter on the year. Brandon Buffton has the most at-bats this season of the Lethbridge Bulls at 96. Hutchison has 47, so not an everyday guy for the Bulls. Drawing in and DHing. The first pitch from Malone is a strike. And Andrew Malone really starting to locate his pitches here in the second inning. Doing his best to keep a strong Lethbridge offense at bay. Nelson Cork earlier today with a good start for the Swift Current Indians. He gave the Swift Current Indians a strong 6 innings as that will be fouled off by Hutchison, number 8 hitter in the Bulls lineup. Evan Como, the shortstop, is on deck. And Andrew Malone is going to ask for another baseball. So 0-2 with 2 away. And Mason Shiflett on at second base. Reached on a fielder's choice and then stole second. Malone outside to Hutchison. And the count is 1-2. Opposite field shot, Nate Ackerman fighting with the sun, and he makes the catch out in right field. So Hutchison flies out to right. Lethbridge Bulls strand 1, 2 complete innings in the books. And it's a 2-0 Swift Current Indians lead, or 1-0 lead for the Swift Current Indians. Let's not get ahead of. We're back shortly with Full Line Ag Swift Current Indians baseball.
The Hearing Place is proud to continue their support of the Swift Current Indians Baseball Club. Located conveniently in the Swift Current City Plaza, The Hearing Place is your #1 stop for hearing healthcare in Southwest Saskatchewan. Don't compromise on your hearing. Get tested by our qualified audiologist, Karen Woods. Call The Hearing Place at 778-0826 and book your appointment today. The Hearing Place. We focus on our client's journey.
Excel Bus Lines is proud to once again be the official carrier of the Swift Current Indians, and have they got a deal for baseball fans. This July 23rd to 28th, see the Toronto Blue Jays in Seattle, $9.49 per person, double occupancy, and the seats are all in the lower club. That'll get you 3 baseball games plus rooms, and the trip is guaranteed. Also ask about a cruise trip in February of 2016 and their 7 Disneyland trips. Excel Bus Lines, the official carrier of the Swift Current Indians.
And we're back with Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball. Darren Koch, Andrew Sauceda, and Jose Rojas due up for the Tribe.
50 sales are now closing in on $2,000. So somebody's going to go
Koch,
big money tonight.
he's seen 1 pitch thus far, and he took it yard. So Tyler Gibson, his second time facing Darren Koch. 1-0 Swift Current Indians on the strength of that solo Darren Koch home run, taking the first pitch of this ball game yard, pulling it hard to right field. And Koch this time around hops for small ball as he reaches into his bag of tricks and attempts a bunt, but that went foul. As the lights come on here at Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge in front of 2,000 plus. Fastball just misses to Koch, and 1-1 will be the count. Koch 349, best batting average on the Swift Current Indians. 2 home runs on the year, 12 RBI. Koch now 1 ribby behind Nate Ackerman for the team lead in that stat. So the count is 2-1. Gibson. Another shot by Koch. And there's a single for the Swift Current Indians DH. Koch 2 for 2. Home run. And a single. Andrew Sauceda now. Flew out to the second baseman the last time he came to the plate. So Sauceda 0 for 1 thus far. Nobody out. Darren Koch on at first. Tribe looking to pad their 1-0 lead. Earlier this afternoon at one point, the Tribe led 5-1, but that lead evaporated into an eventual 6-5 Lethbridge win. Shot to right field. Brandon Buffton makes the catch just in foul territory, so Sauceda flies out to the left fielder.
Shortstop number 11, Jose Rojas.
And that'll bring Jose to the plate. Rojas 1 for 1 thus far as he singled in the first inning. So 1 down, Koch at first. Tyler Gibson, first pitch is a fastball to Rojas, and that pounds the zone. 0-1 the count. Nick Day on deck for the Tribe. Rojas, the dynamic defensive player, trying to contribute offensively. Gibson keeping Koch in check over at first, checks him. Rojas was 1 for 5 in the first game of the doubleheader. 2 for 6 on the day. As Gibson has just eclipsed 30 pitches here in the third. One and 1 the count to Rojas. Jose hitting third in the Tribe batting order. And Gibson comes close to getting Koch over at first, but nothing doing. Gibson, a righty with a quick pickoff move to first. Lethbridge Bulls in their home whites with their pinstripes. Tribe in the road blues with the gray pants. Pitch to Rojas, and that'll bite the outside portion of the strike zone. Count is 1-2. One down here with Darren Koch on at first. Right-handed pitcher versus lefty hitter. So count is 1-2, lining up well off the plate is Steinke. Koch is in motion. Throw to second is in time. And that's a great throw by Travis Steinke behind the plate to erase Darren Koch as a base runner. Koch now 6 for 10 in the stolen base department on the year for the Swift Current Indians, and a great throw by Steinke. Rojas fouls one towards the Swift Current Indians dugout. And in the top of the third inning, Deuce is wild with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. Travis Steinke behind the plate, right on target for the Lethbridge Bulls. As Darren Koch had a good jump on that as well, but a great throw by Steinke to get him. And now 3-2 to Rojas. Jose going the distance with Tyler Gibson. 1-0 Swift Current Indians lead here in the top of the third. Rojas fights off another pitch. Gibson approaching 40 pitches in his third inning of work. Another 3-2, and Rojas ground ball hit to Como at short. Como charges, collects, and throws. And Rojas will ground out to short and be put out via the 6-3. Heading to the bottom of the third inning, it's a 1-0 lead for the Swift Current Indians on the strength of a Darren Koch solo home run. We're back shortly with Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball.
In Suites, Swift Current is proud to be the official host hotel for the Swift Current Indians Ball Club. Home Inn & Suites Swift Current offers great amenities such as modern rooms, a continental breakfast, fitness center, water slide, and meeting rooms, all at a great low price. Home Inn & Suites is part of the growing home hotel brand. Make your reservation today by calling 306-778-7788 or by reserving online at homeinsc.ca.
Many of us take our ability to communicate for granted, yet the ability to hear and be heard is much more vital to our everyday lives than we realize. If you or someone you know is struggling, please call The Hearing Place at 778-0826 and book your appointment with our clinical audiologist, Karen Woods. The Hearing Place. We focus on our client's journey.
And promotional shenanigans take us to the bottom of the third inning. Swift Current Indians with a 1-0 lead on the Lethbridge Bulls. Como, Hanson, Day due up. That's 9-1-2 for the Bulls. Andrew Malone, starting pitcher for the Swift Current Indians in Game 2 of the doubleheader. There was talk that Darren Koch might start Game number 2, but the Tribe deploying Malone, the lefty. So Evan Como, shortstop for Lethbridge. Como on the year, a .292 hitter. Earlier today, he was 1 for 3 in the Bulls' 6-5 win. 6-5 walk-off win for the Bulls earlier this afternoon. It's tough to take both ends of a doubleheader in the WNBL, no matter which two teams are out there. And well, it's tough to beat these Lethbridge Bulls. Hottest team in the WNBL as they sit first place in the Alberta division and first overall with 19 wins on the season. 1-1 the count, Malone and Como. As Malone winds and delivers, Como will send that into the backstop. And Malone ahead of him 1-2. Malone struck out 1 thus far as he gets set for his third inning of work. Malone, native of Calgary. Kicks and delivers. Ground ball foul down the first base line. And that's 1-2 now. So Andrew Malone winds and delivers. 1-2 pitch. Como, ground ball, tops it and sends it foul. So another 1-2 pitch on the way in this exchange between Como and Malone. Next home action for the Swift Current Indians will be tomorrow. 7:05 start. The Regina Red Sox are in town. 8 days without a home game for the Swift Current Indians. That's an eternity in the WNBL schedule. 48 games in 60 days, and to go 8 without playing at home. Ground ball, and that's it to Kevin Zarnicki, who throws to Reed Fritzky for the 4-3. Como grounding out to the second baseman.
Second baseman, number 2, Trace Hansen.
Trace Hansen, offensive star of the game for the Lethbridge Bulls in their 6-5 win. He ended up touching home plate for the eventual winner. Was 2 for 5 with 2 runs and 3 RBI. So Hansen with a monster game against the Swift Current Indians earlier today. He got himself on base and he stole bases. He came around and scored the game-winning run. Curveball drops into the strike zone, and 0-1 the count. Top of the order at Hansen. 0 for 1 flying out to left field in the first inning, the last time he was up. Now we're in the bottom of the third. The 0-1 ground ball hit to Jose Rojas. Rojas absorbs that, throws it to Fritzky. Fritzky about 6'2", and used all of it to keep a toe on the bag and take care of Hansen.
Center fielder number 1, Josh Day.
So Josh Day flew out to the catcher in his last at plate endeavor, as he hit one behind him that Kevin Betancourt was able to catch. Day still a .391 hitter on the year, 18 hits and 46 at-bats coming into this game. Elsewhere in the WNBL, it's Saskatchewan teams visiting Alberta teams, which seems to be the norm for Canada Day. As Edmonton, Lethbridge, Medhat, Okotoks all want the packed Canada Day houses. Prospects lead the Weyburn Beavers 7-0 in the 5th. Moose Jaw Miller Express leading the Okotoks Dogs 1-0. That's in the bottom of the 4th. And the Regina Red Sox and Medicine Hat Mavericks tied at 1. Only other game in the WNBL tonight, Canada Day grudge match. The Melville Millionaires leading the Yorkton Cardinals 1-0 in Yorkton. But other than that, it's all Saskatchewan teams playing Alberta teams, as has become the norm for Canada Day. 1-2 pitch, swinging and missing is Day as Andrew Malone strikes out his second hitter of the game. 3 complete innings are in the books. It's a 1-0 lead for the Swift Current Indians. Top of the 4th on the way when we're back with Full Line Ag Swift Current Indians baseball. It's summer cruising time, and Living Sky Casino would like to help fill your tank by giving away $1,000 in fuel every Wednesday in July. Swipe your Players Club card daily throughout July for chances to win $1,000 in fuel every Wednesday at 8 p.m. You must be present to win, so take a trip to Living Sky Casino to fill your tank. Live it up. Living Sky Casino. Living Sky. Live it up.
The old saying goes,
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
well, in this digital age, it's not what you know or who you know, but who knows you. If you're in business and want to be noticed, get in touch with Snowstreaker Media.
Websites, social media, video production, creative writing.
Trust Snowstreaker to tell your stories in ways that will get everyone's attention. If you're looking for an edge on the competition, make Snowstreaker your secret weapon. Visit snowstreaker.com to learn more.
And we're back with more Full Line Ag Swift Current Indians baseball on the Swift Current Indians website, YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. Glad you could join the live stream from Lethbridge. Tribe with a 1-0 lead. 4 hits this game for the Swift Current Indians as we enter the top of the 4th inning. Of those 4 hits, none bigger than Darren Koch's solo home run on the first pitch of the game. So Nick Day up, the third baseman, singled the last time he was up. He's 1 for 1.
Leading off for Swift Current, third baseman number 29, Nick Day.
Nick Day, Kevin Zarnicki, and Nate Ackerman, 4, 5, 6, due up for the Swift Current Indians in the top of the 4th inning here in Lethbridge. Game number 2 of a doubleheader, preceding Canada Day fireworks. Ground ball by Day, hit to Como at short, takes it on the run, throw over to first, and that's just a great play by Como at first, or at short. Evan Como takes it on the backhand and had to throw it all the way across, and Mitch Dornbluth stretching to make that grab.
Second baseman number 9, Kevin Zarnicki.
Day made it close, but a great defensive play by Como. Kevin Zarnicki up, who lined out to the shortstop. 0 for 1. Zarnicki, 1 home run on the year. It was a 3-run shot in Yorkton. That propelled the Swift Current Indians to a 4-1 win as Gibson throws a curveball that stays out. And 1-1 the count. Zarnicki 2 for 3 earlier this afternoon, improving his batting average to .208 on the year. He's going to ground one right back at Gibson, the pitcher, and Zarnicki's game to run it out, and that was closer than it needed to be as Zarnicki was going hard, and Gibson had it in cruise control, but nothing doing. As the Swift Current Indians infielder grounds out to the pitcher. And Nate Ackerman up now for the Swift Current Indians. Big Nate flew out to center field the last time he was up. He's hitting .345 on the year. 2 for 5 on the day. As Gibson, righty on righty matchup, just blows one past Ackerman, strike one. Humming along here in Lethbridge, already the top of the 4th inning, and a 1-0 Tribe lead. Both pitchers working quick. Andrew Malone for the Tribe and Tyler Gibson for the Bulls. Ackerman thought about chasing after that pitch low and checked his swing. No, he didn't, says the first base umpire, and that'll leave things out 1-1. Nate Ackerman from Surrey, BC. 3 homers, 13 RBI on the year for Nate. One pitch. And again in the dirt, and again Ackerman thought about it, but held off. Count is 2-1. Tyler Enns on deck for the Tribe. 2 away here in the top of the 4th in front of a packed house in Lethbridge. Ackerman, 2-1 pitch, low and away, and he gets underneath it, sends it high to center field. Day is underneath it and will make the catch. So for the second time in this second game of a doubleheader, Nate Ackerman flies out to Josh Day in center field. That'll do it for the top of the 4th. Andrew Malone takes to the mound for the Tribe, and we'll be back with the bottom of 4 right after this on Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians Baseball.
The Hearing Place is proud to continue their support of the Swift Current Indians Baseball Club. Located conveniently in the Swift Current City Plaza, the Hearing Place is your #1 stop for hearing health care in Southwest Saskatchewan. Don't compromise on your hearing. Get tested by our qualified audiologist, Karen Woods. Call the Hearing Place at 778-0826 and book your appointment today. The Hearing Place. We focus on our client's journey.
Excel Bus Lines is proud to once again be the official carrier of the Swift Current Indians, and have they got a deal for baseball fans. This July 23rd to 28th, see the Toronto Blue Jays in Seattle. $9.49 per person, double occupancy, and the seats are all in the lower club. That'll get you 3 baseball games plus rooms, and the trip is guaranteed. Also ask about a cruise trip in February of 2016 and their 7 Disneyland trips. Excel Bus Lines, the official carrier of the Swift Current Indians.
And bottom of the 4th inning, we're back with Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians Baseball. Ryan Schweitzer bringing you the action from Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge, where Andrew Malone and the Swift Current Indians are nursing a 1-0 lead and trying to keep the Bulls in the pen here in Lethbridge. The offensively explosive Lethbridge Bulls.
The 4th inning, leading on for the Bulls, the right fielder, number 17, Brandon Bufton.
Best record in the WNBL at 19-5 coming into this one. Bufton, Steinke, Dornblatt due up for the Bulls here in the bottom of the 4th. Bufton was 1 for 5 earlier today, and on the season, a .333 hitter. Malone ahead of him 0-1 as he delivers the 0-1 pitch. Just a little bit low. 1-1. Hard shot by Bufton, foul along the ground.
So we need to
and 1-2.
That somewhere during the game that
Yeah, you tried that. It didn't work very well.
Andrew Malone thrown to Kevin Betancourt, who starts behind the plate in game number 2. 1-2 pitch. And in front of that offering is Bufton, as he was expecting something with a little more heat from the lefty Malone. And he hits it foul as he was ahead of the game on that pitch. 1-2 the count remains. Left-handed pitcher Andrew Malone from Calgary. As the flags gently blow in center field, ground ball. Hit to Kevin Zarnicki. It'll be a tough play, and Zarnicki's just going to eat it. As he had to grab that ground ball on the run, was unable to turn himself to first base in time. So Buffton, infield single, and that'll bring Travis Steinke to the plate. So not a hard hit off Malone, but single nonetheless. Travis Steinke flew out to center field in his last trip to the plate, hitting a fly ball towards Tyler Enns. First pitch from Malone, breaking ball outside, and 1-0. Brandon Buffton, a .333 average, 1 home run, 17 RBIs, but he also has 8 stolen bases on the year, and he's only been caught stealing once. Lethbridge Bulls give everyone the green light when they get on bases. Steinke hits a high fly ball to left field. Andrew Sauceda will get under that in the left field shadows and make the grab. As Steinke flies out to left. Second end of a doubleheader, 1 home run today between the two teams. It was hit by Darren Koch, first pitch of this ball game. Swift Current Indians have a 1-0 lead. That's how they got it. Mitch Dornblatt up now for the Bulls. He walked last time he was up. Buffton on at first. Lethbridge Bulls facing a lefty may not try and steal quite as liberally. As Malone, pickoff move to first, keeping Buffton in check. Malone to Dornblatt. Nate Ackerman in right field, battles the sun and the breeze and makes the grab. That'll bring Mason Shiflett to the plate. Shiflett reached on a fielder's choice on his last try. Didn't play earlier today, draws in at left field for second end of a doubleheader. A .309 hitter is Shiflett. Shiflett replacing Brett Guthrow, who started in left field earlier today and will sit out game number 2 of the doubleheader, as Andrew Malone keeping these Lethbridge runners in check. The lefty pitcher for the Swift Current Indians acutely aware of how much these Lethbridge Bulls love to steal bases. And they're going to catch Buffton in between first and second, throw by Rojas, or throw 2 Rojas's there. And Buffton caught between first and second and thrown out. It's not as easy to steal off a lefty. And that'll do it for the Lethbridge Bulls. Mason Shiflett will resume that at bat in the bottom of the 5th and the top of the 5th on the way when we return with Full Line Ag Swift Current Indians baseball.
Home Inn & Suites Swift Current is proud to be the official host hotel for the Swift Current Indians Ball Club. Home Inn & Suites Swift Current offers great amenities such as modern rooms, a continental breakfast, fitness center, water slide, and meeting rooms, all at a great low price. Home Inn & Suites is part of the growing home hotel brand. Make your reservation today by calling 306-778-7788 or by reserving online at homeinsc.ca.
Many of us take our ability to communicate for granted, yet the ability to hear and be heard is much more vital to our everyday lives than we realize. If you or someone you know is struggling, please call The Hearing Place at 778-0826 and book your appointment with our clinical audiologist, Karen Woods. The Hearing Place. We focus on our client's journey.
And welcome back to Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball. Enns, Betancourt, Fritzky due up for the Swift Current Indians. 7, 8, 9 in their batting order. Tyler Enns, his 3rd season in the WNBL after 2 tours of duty in Millville. Hitting .222 on the year. Enns walked the last time he was up, the last time he faced Tyler Gibson. Starting pitcher for the Lethbridge Bulls.
Leading out for Swift Current is center fielder number 24, Tyler Enns.
So ends with an RBI and a run scored earlier today for the Swift Current Indians in that 6-5 walk-off loss to the Bulls. He's played well today, and he'll look to continue that. 1-0 the count. And takes, and that'll be strike one. Earlier today ends 1 for 5 with a hit and an RBI. And his usual defensive presence in center field. And cues that one off the bat head foul. And 1-2 the count. So Tyler walked in his first at bat. See what he can do here. Count 1-2 against him. As Gibson delivers, ground ball hit to Como, takes a funny hop on him, but Como negotiates that hop, gets the throw off to first, and Evan Como is legit at short.
Catcher number 22, Kevin Bettencourt. He is tonight's beer batter. He goes out while at bat. Beer will go on sale for the next 10 minutes.
Catcher Kevin Bettencourt, who flew out to right field the last time he came to the plate. KB 231 on the year. Rotates in and out with Jake Garcia in the catcher position. Jake caught the first 9 innings. Bettencourt in for this part as he fouls one behind him. And out of the ballpark. 0-1 the count to the native of Modesto, California. Vanguard University is where he played his college ball. 0-1, and Bettencourt fouls that off. So make the count 0-2. Comparing Bettencourt and Garcia, Bettencourt 231 on the year, Garcia 241. Garcia with a few more RBIs. Leads Bettencourt in most hitting stats. But Bettencourt may have the edge in the defensive play. So 0-2 the count. Pitch stays up as that crosses above the eyes of KB. And 1-2 the count. So the 1-2 pitch to Bettencourt. Chopped one. High. And once again, Como off to first. Is he going to do it again? They got him. That was close. But Evan Como with another highlight reel play at short. And if you're going to be a championship team in this WNBL, you need to have a good shortstop, and the Lethbridge Bulls have one in Evan Como, that's for sure. He's been the star of the show here in the top of the 5th inning. Swift Current Indians still lead at 1-0. First pitch to Reed Fritzky. He'll take on the breaking ball from Gibson. And 0-1 the count. So the 0-1 breaking pitch just misses up to Fritter. Fritzky struck out the last time he was up. Top of the order, and Darren Koch on deck. Fritzky, a .273 hitter, hitting 9th for the Swift Current Indians. Fritzky, a couple hits this season for extra bases for the Tribe. So 2 balls and a strike, 2 away. Well hit ball by Fritzky. Como's not going to get that one as it's about 8 feet over his head. And Fritzky's going to round first and head for second as there's a misadventure in the Lethbridge outfield. And Reed Fritzky with his 3rd double of the year.
Designated hitter number 18, Darren Koch.
That one looked like a routine single off the bat head, but unable to track that down were Shiflett and Day in the outfield. It rolled all the way to the wall, and Fritzky on with a double. So with 2 out, the Swift Current Indians put a run in scoring position, and Darren Koch, who's 2 for 2 with a home run and a single. And that's going to get away from the catcher behind the plate, Steinke, and allow Fritzky to gallop to third uncontested. And the Swift Current Indians with a 1-0 lead on the strength of that solo home run by this guy at the plate, Darren Koch, looking to add to it. As Fritzky's just a few feet away from making it 2-0. 2 out, though, here in the top of the 5th.
You can meet those restrictions pretty easily. Yes. And that's the lady that was
1-1 the count.
they're not getting enough recognition for what they're doing.
That's what I figured.
She unfortunately it's one of those that you could announce it.
Pitch to Koch. Just misses, 1-2.
I mean, I know her very well, so it's just
So the 1-2 pitch to Koch gets underneath it and could be trouble. Hit to the gap, and nope, able to grab that in center field is Day. So Koch will fly out to the center fielder. The Swift Current Indians will strand one. And it's still a 1-0 lead heading to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back in just a moment with Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball. It's summer cruising time, and Living Sky Casino would like to help fill your tank by giving away $1,000 in fuel every Wednesday in July. Swipe your Players Club card daily throughout July for chances to win $1,000 in fuel every Wednesday at 8 p.m. You must be present to win, so take a trip to Living Sky Casino to fill your tank. Live it up.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky. Live it up.
The old saying goes,
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
well, in this digital age, it's not what you know or who you know, but who knows you. If you're in business and want to be noticed, get in touch with Snowstreaker Media.
Websites, social media, video production, creative writing.
Trust Snowstreaker to tell your stories in ways that will get everyone's attention. If you're looking for an edge on the competition, make Snowstreaker your secret weapon. Visit snowstreaker.com to learn more.
The work that she does with the Bright Futures program in supporting the Bulls financially.
that's all it's about.
And not just the Bulls, but many other groups financially are supported through the Scotiabank Bright Futures program.
So we're back with more Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball, bottom of the 5th. Good start for Andrew Malone, as he's worked 4 innings, allowing 2 Bulls hits. He's walked 1 and struck out 2 along the way. So leading off for the Bulls, Mason Shiftlett. As Andrew Malone delivers a breaking ball just a little bit up. And 1-0 the count to Shiftlett. Ryan Podiachuk on deck. Shiftlett, Podiachuk, Hutchinson due up here. Breaking pitch just misses low, 2-0. So the 2-0 pitch. Strike 1 from Malone. One. Shiftlett underneath it. Hits it up. Kevin Betancourt will try and zero in on it in foul territory and make the grab. Shiftlett will fly out to the catcher, and that'll bring Ryan Podiachuk to the dish.
Third baseman, number 24, Ryan Podiachuk.
Podiachuk 0 for 5 on the day, 0 for 1 in this game. So lefty on lefty matchup, Andrew Malone and Ryan Podiachuk. 1-0 the Swift Current Indians lead it here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch, a finesse offering from the lefty. Drops in for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 count. Podiachuk gets a piece of it, but hits it foul. And a long strike for Andrew Malone. 0-2. And swung on and missed, strike 3. So after a long strike and a foul ball that had the crowd gasping momentarily, Podajchuk has sat down. 3 strikeouts for Andrew Malone. 2 of them were fanning Ryan Podajchuk. So Taylor Hutchison up now, designated hitter, flew out to right field at his last trip to the plate. Ground ball hit to Jose Rojas at short. And Rojas into the glove and off to first. It was the Evan Como show at short for the Lethbridge Bulls. And Jose Rojas feeling like he should step her up a little bit. Hutchison grounds out to short. 5 complete innings in the books. Top of the 6th on the way. 1-0 lead for the Swift Current Indians. We're back shortly with Full Line Ag Baseball.
The Hearing Place is proud to continue their support of the Swift Current Indians Baseball Club. Located conveniently in the Swift Current City Plaza, the Hearing Place is your #1 stop for hearing healthcare in Southwest Saskatchewan. Don't compromise on your hearing. Get tested by our qualified audiologist, Karen Woods. Call the Hearing Place at 778-0826 and book your appointment today. The Hearing Place. We focus on our client's journey.
Excel Bus Lines is proud to once again be the official carrier of the Swift Current Indians, and have they got a deal for baseball fans. This July 23rd to 28th, see the Toronto Blue Jays in Seattle, $9.49 per person, double occupancy, and the seats are all in the lower club. That'll get you 3 baseball games plus rooms, and the trip is guaranteed. Also ask about a cruise trip in February of 2016 and their 7 Disneyland trips. Excel Bus Lines, the official carrier of the Swift Current Indians.
And welcome back to Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball, a defensive chess match and a little bit of a pitcher's duel here. Andrew Malone, 5 innings of work for the Swift Current Indians. He's allowed 2 hits, no runs, walked 1 and struck out 3. And his counterpart for the Lethbridge Bulls, or pardon me, those were Gibson's numbers, 5 innings of work, 5 hits, 1 run, it was earned, walked 1 and struck out 1. Gibson, 5 Swift Current Indians hits he surrendered, none bigger than that one to Darren Koch. About a 350-foot bomb that gave the Tribe a 1-0 lead. So 1-0 count. Pitch to Andrew Sauceda is up. Sauceda, Rojas, Day, 2-3-4 for the Tribe, due up here in the top of the 6th inning. Sauceda thought about that pitch inside, and it's a called strike. 2-1. Rojas, or pardon me, Sauceda gets a piece of that offering and sends it into the backstop. Jose Rojas on deck. Andrew Sauceda has flown out to second base and flown out to left the last 2 times he's been at the plate. 1 for 3 in the first game of this doubleheader. So a full count to Sauceda. Gets underneath it and hits a high fly ball. And calling for that is Trace Hansen at second base, who makes the grab. So Sauceda, for the second time this game, flies out to the second baseman. And that'll bring Jose to the plate. Rojas, 1 for 2 this evening. In the Canada Day evening game, game number 2 of a doubleheader. 800 plus at the game early today, 2,000 plus here tonight for the evening one, as Rojas, high chopper, hit to Trace Hansen, who negotiates the high hop, gets the throw off to first just in time. Rojas thought he was there, arguing passionately that he legged that one out.
Third baseman number 29, Nick Day.
Nothing doing. Nick Day up, 1 for 2, singling and grounding out. 1-0 the Swift Current Indians lead it. We're now in the top of the 6th inning. Two teams that have plenty of horsepower on offense, letting the pitchers pay the bills here tonight. It's a tall task to keep the Lethbridge Bulls off the board through 9 innings, and Swift Current Indians best be getting some insurance here if they want to win this one, as Nick Day checks his swing and gets a piece of it. Trace Hansen is going to venture into the outfield and be called off by the center fielder, who drops the ball. Trace Hansen had a fine beat on it, and Josh Day in center field, no, I got this. And he didn't.
Second baseman, number 9, Kevin Zarnecki.
Nick Day's going to get a hit out of the deal officially. Not the prettiest one of his career, but he'll take it in a game where offense has been at a premium here. That'll bring Kevin Zarnecki to the plate. So Zarnecki, who's lined out and grounded out to the pitcher, has been swinging somewhat of a hot bat as of late for the Tribe. Takes a big hack and misses in the count. Nate Ackerman on deck for the Tribe. So 0-1 the count. Pitch up at the letters, snap throw to first, and Nick Day stays safe as that throw hammered over to first from Steinke to Dornblatt.
I believe it was.
And Nick Day just staying in check. 1-1 the count. Gibson delivers to the plate, opposite field shot, and that one lined right into the breadbasket of Podajchuk at third base. So Zarnecki hits the ball well, but lines the baseman. That'll do it for the top of the 6th. Bottom of forthcoming. 1-0 lead for the Swift Current Indians. Andrew Malone will try and keep the Bulls at bay when we return with more Full Line Ag Swift Current Indians baseball.
Home Inn Suites Swift Current is proud to be the official host hotel for the Swift Current Indians Ball Club. Home Inn Suites Swift Current offers great amenities such as modern rooms, a continental breakfast, fitness center, water slide, and meeting rooms, all at a great low price. Home Inn Suites is part of the growing home hotel brand. Make your reservation today by calling 306-778-7788 or by reserving online at homeinsc.ca.
Many of us take our ability to communicate for granted, yet the ability to hear and be heard is much more vital to our everyday lives than we realize. If you or someone you know is struggling, please call The Hearing Place at 778-0826 and book your appointment with our clinical audiologist, Karen Woods. The Hearing Place. We focus on our client's journey.
How much longer can the Swift Current Indians keep the Bulls at bay? That is the question. The Tribe, when they lose games, it tends to be because of that one rough inning. It happened to them earlier today when they did give up 3 runs in an inning en route to a 6-5 Lethbridge win. They've kept the Bulls off the board through 5, now entering the bottom of the 6th. Lethbridge has some offense in their lineup, to say the least, but Andrew Malone has made good pitches for the Swift Current Indians. Malone, he's gone 5, only allowing 2 hits, no runs. He's walked 1 and struck out 3. This will be the 18th hitter who Malone has faced. Evan Como has done well defensively for the Bulls. He'll try and contribute offensively now for Lethbridge. First offering from the lefty, Andrew Malone, in his second appearance with the Swift Current Indians, is a curveball outside. And 1-0 the count. Malone finds the strike zone, and 1-1 the count. Malone with finesse pitches from that left side. 1-1 the count. Winds and delivers. This time something with a little more heat on it. 1-2 the count. Andrew Malone, native of Calgary. Count is 1-2. Well hit ball. Hit into left field, but Andrew Sauceda read it well and makes the grab. So Como flies out to left field.
Second baseman number 2, Trace Hansen.
So Trace Hansen leading off for the Bulls, number 1 in their batting order. Had a big afternoon, swiping a couple bases, and eventually was the scoring run and a walk-off win for the Bulls. High fly ball by Hansen, hit to Nate Ackerman's part of town in right field, and Nate gets underneath that and will make the grab. Hansen now 0 for 3, flying out to right field. So one way to keep him from stealing bases is keep him off base. So Josh Day hitting second in their order. Up now. Crowd trying to will the Lethbridge Bulls on. A capacity crowd here at Spitz Stadium. Looking for some offense. 2 out, bottom of the 6th, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Swift Current Indians. As Josh Day topped one. Foul. And the count will be 1-1. Elsewhere in the WNBL, well, we'll wait for the 1-1 pitch and then tell you elsewhere in the WNBL, as that just misses the strike zone. Edmonton Prospects in Edmonton up 8-0 on the Weyburn Beavers. So Beavers tops in the Saskatchewan division. Not spoiling the Canada Day party in Edmonton as a well-hit ball by Day will go up the middle for a single. Medicine Hat Mavericks lead the Regina Red Sox 3-1. Okotoks Dogs lead the Moose Jaw Miller Express 3-1. That's in the bottom of the 6th inning. And final score. A game that only took an hour 48 to play in Yorkton. Melville Millionaires with a 1-0 win.
Right fielder number 17, Brandon Buxton.
Game under 2 hours. What's that like? Shortest game for the Swift Current Indians this season, I believe, has been 2:48-ish or so. I could be wrong on that. Andrew Malone keeping Josh Day in check. Day now 1 for 3. Pitch from Malone to Buffton. Hard ground ball down the third base line. Josh Day at first 1 for 3 in stolen bases for the Bulls. But the Bulls are down getting into the twilight stages of this game. And they do like to steal bases. Andrew Malone keeping that runner on his mind as Day ties his shoes. So Brandon Buffton at the plate. Buffton 2 for 2 thus far. And once again, Andrew Malone keeping Josh Day on his mind. Pitch over to first, and Malone's going to hear about it now from the Lethbridge fans. Offensive-minded team that loves to steal bases. And the Swift Current Indians trying to keep that runner closer to the bag. Malone throws his fastball, and that's just a little bit up to Buffton. 1-1 the count. 1-0 the Tribe lead at bottom of the 6th inning. Andrew Malone Working the strike zone. And keeping the Bulls at bay thus far. Only 3 hits for Lethbridge. Pitcher's duel here. And that'll be strike 2 on a breaking ball. Andrew Malone, his second appearance for the Swift Current Indians, came in during a 6-0 loss in Yorkton. It was a tough situation to come into. And Malone getting his first start for the Tribe. Game time decision to go with him, as he's looked well. Count is 1-2. Malone checks the runner at first. And Andrew Malone doing everything he can to keep this high-octane offense for the Lethbridge Bulls stalled in second gear here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Pitch to Buffton. Curveball stays up. Make it 2-2. Buffton, .333 hitter on the year. On deck is Travis Steinke. This is a big out here, as the Swift Current Indians don't want to deal with Steinke with 2 on. And Malone just missing outside. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away. Second end of a doubleheader here on Canada Day in Lethbridge. So full count pitch. No, not before we try to pick off Josh Day. Count remains 3-2. Andrew Malone had the potential to make 2,000 new friends, and he hasn't made any. Fouled off by Buffton. Hit and run was on, as in motion was Day. So there is some wisdom to Malone and the constant pickoffs to first, trying to keep that runner in check. Trying to keep that runner guessing. Day's got the sun in his eyes to deal with over there, as well as a lefty, Malone. Another 3-2 pitch on the way. Runner in motion, and it'll be a called strike 3 as Buffton is caught looking. And Andrew Malone wins that exchange. And has struck out his 4th Lethbridge Bull batter of the game. 6 innings in the books. Top of the 7th coming up. How long can the Tribe keep the Bulls at bay? 1-0 Indians. We're back shortly with Full Line Ag Baseball. It's summer cruising time, and Living Sky Casino would like to help fill your tank by giving away $1,000 in fuel every Wednesday in July. Swipe your Players Club card daily throughout July for chances to win $1,000 in fuel every Wednesday at 8 p.m. You must be present to win, so take a trip to Living Sky Casino to fill your tank. Live it up.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky. Live it up.
The old saying goes,
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
well, in this digital age, it's not what you know or who you know, but who knows you. If you're in business and want to be noticed, get in touch with Snowstreaker Media.
Websites, social media, video production, creative writing.
Trust Snowstreaker to tell your stories in ways that will get everyone's attention. If you're looking for an edge on the competition, make Snowstreaker your secret weapon. Visit snowstreaker.com to learn more.
We're back with more Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball.
Right fielder number 15, Nate Ackerman.
So, for the Tribe, Ackerman ends Betancourt, 6-7-8, due up here. Swift looking for some insurance here in the top of the 7th. As Tyler Gibson, first offering to Ackerman, is a strike. Swift Current Indians with a 1-0 lead that they took on the first pitch of the ball game. Ackerman, ground ball. Evan Como's not going to be able to work any magic this time around. The sure-handed shortstop had that one take a funny hop off the heel of the glove, so Ackerman will get a single out of the deal.
Number 24, Tyler Enns.
And that'll bring Tyler Enns to the plate, who's 0 for 1 with a walk, and he's also grounded out. Gibson, 6 innings of work. That's hit number 7. 1 run, it was earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 1 in facing 23 Swift Current Indians batters. His counterpart, Andrew Malone, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs. He's walked 1 and struck out 4, facing 21 Bulls batters. Ackerman at first, ends at the plate, strike 1 as Gibson goes right after him. Gibson just over 80 pitches thus far. We're in the top of the 7th, 1-0 Tribe. Gibson winds and fires. Fastball squirts away from Steinke. And Ackerman's going to stay put at first, as Steinke was able to corral that pitch in the dirt. So it's a 1-1 count to Enns, Winnipeg product. Enns off the handle portion of the bat. And 1-2 the count. One-two pitch to Enns on the way, and that's just a little bit out. That'll even things out at 2. It's that perfect time of the evening for it to be rough on the first baseman. You can see Mitch Dornblood over at first having to block the sun. Pickoff move, you're playing with fire at this stage of the evening with the sun going down in the western sky. It's right in the grill of the first baseman, Dornblood. And for that matter, the runner at first as well, Ackerman. Should only be that way for a few more minutes before the sun changes its position in the sky. But yeah, right now, pickoff move may be ill-advised. Ackerman in motion, swung on and missed by Enns. Throw to second base, not in time. Oh, or maybe it was. So 2 outs as Enns strikes out, and then Nate Ackerman is thrown out. That changes the complexion of the inning real quick here. Looked like Nate was there, but the umpire at second was much closer to that situation than I am up here in the broadcast area. Pitch low and away to Betancourt. 1-1. KB's flown out and grounded out. Number 8 hitter in the Tribe batting order. Indians lead at 1-0, looking for more. Ground ball by Betancourt. It's a dribbler. Trace Hansen in the glove. Flips to first. And that'll do it for the Tribe as Betancourt grounds out to second. Bottom of the 7th coming up. How much longer can the Tribe keep the Bulls at bay? Andrew Malone deployed to the mound for his 7th inning of work, and we're back shortly with Full Line Ag Swift Current Indians baseball.
The Hearing Place is proud to continue their support of the Swift Current Indians Baseball Club. Located conveniently in the Swift Current City Plaza, The Hearing Place is your #1 stop for hearing healthcare in Southwest Saskatchewan. Eyes on your hearing, get tested by our qualified audiologist, Karen Woods. Call the Hearing Place at 778-0826 and book your appointment today. The Hearing Place. We focus on our client's journey.
Excel Bus Lines is proud to once again be the official carrier of the Swift Current Indians, and have they got a deal for baseball fans. This July 23rd to 28th, see the Toronto Blue Jays in Seattle, $9.49 per person, double occupancy, and the seats are all in the lower club. That'll get you 3 baseball games plus rooms, and the trip is guaranteed. Also ask about a cruise trip in February of 2016 and their 7 Disneyland trips. Excel Bus Lines, the official carrier of the Swift Current Indians.
2,000 plus, 7th inning stretching here in Lethbridge. Well, they got the trooper blaring here, and they're doing everything they can to try and get some offense going for these Lethbridge Bulls. Second end of a Canada Day doubleheader. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Swift Current Indians. Andrew Malone has kept the Bulls at bay for the Tribe, and some solid defensive play behind him as well. Malone, 6 innings of work, allowing 3, 1 walk, struck out 4, facing 21 batters. Some solid defensive play behind him. It's not just the Andrew Malone show, but he's been good for the Tribe.
Number 25, Travis Stanky.
So Steinke 0 for 2 on the night. First offering is a curveball. Talk about a 12-6 motion on that curve. Started about eye level and dropped into the strike zone from Malone. And 0-1 the count. Bulls have had a heck of a time trying to solve that offering from Malone, who's only allowed 3 Bulls hits. And he goes right back to that curveball for strike 2. Steinke's flown out last 2 times he's been up in this game. On the year for Lethbridge, a .282 hitter. Chops one foul as he swings defensively with the count 0-2 against him. A.J. McKeldery starting to warm up for the Swift Current Indians in their bullpen. The relief pitcher from Indiana, the lefty. Just over 80 pitches in this one for Malone. The 0-2 goes to that curveball. Check swing. Did he? Yes, he did. And that'll do it for Steinke, as he goes down swinging.
First baseman, number 14, Mitch Dornblood.
And bottom of the 7th inning, the Tribe lead at 1-0. The offensive-minded Bulls shut down thus far. And the natives starting to get a little restless here in Lethbridge. Malone goes back to that curveball, and that'll be strike 1. Mitch Dornbluth has walked and flown out his last 2 trips to the plate. 0 for 1. 1 walk this game issued. It was Dornbluth. There's a shot to right field. Ackerman is underneath it and makes the grab. So Dornbluth, second time tonight, he went the opposite way and flied out to right. So Mason Shiflett up now. He's reached on a fielder's choice and flown out to the catcher. 2 away here, bottom of the 7th. 1-0, the Swift Current Indians lead it. Ryan Podajchuk on deck. Malone winds and delivers. Goes back to that breaking pitch, and 0-1 the count. Malone with great command of that breaking ball. Just misses a little bit up this time. And 1-1 the count. Goes back again to that breaking pitch, and 2-1. And count will be 3-1 now. Mason Shiflett keeping the bat on his shoulder. 3-1 the count. 2 away here. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. As Andrew Malone, 3-1 pitch. And he's going to walk Shiflett. Second walk of the game, issued by Malone.
Third baseman, number 24, Ryan Podajchuk.
So Ryan Podajchuk up. 0 for 2, striking out in his previous 2 trips to the plate. Swung on and missed. Off-speed pitch that everyone, including Kevin Betancourt, was out in front of. And 0-1 the count. 1 on, 2 out here. Getting late in the game, and the Tribe with a 1-0 lead. They've led this one since the first pitch of the ball game. As Darren Koch with a solo home run. Pickoff move to first. The sun setting over the Alberta foothills and no longer in the eyes of any first baseman. 0-1 the count to Podajchuk. Swung on and missed, strike 2, and Podajchuk continues to buy what Andrew Malone is selling in this game. Malone struck him out twice, and Podajchuk behind 0-2, the third time these two have faced off. Runner on at first for the Bulls to work with here. Count 0-2. Andrew Malone winds and delivers. Fastball just missed. High fastball didn't miss by much. 1-2 now to Podajchuk. Leading off his Shiflett after that walk moments ago. We're going to play catch with the first baseman. Mason Shiflett, 2 for 3 on the season in stolen bases. Bulls may try and put together a hit and run. Podajchuk gets a piece of that ball, hits it to right field. That's going to hop the wall. Mason Shiflett rounding third and being sent home. And it'll be an RBI double by Podajchuk that scores Shiflett. Mason Shiflett scoring all the way from first base, and the Bulls on the board. 4th hit of the ball game for Lethbridge. And that'll bring Joe Carnahan out, and Joe may be going to A.J. McElderry.
And he is just giving somebody around the golf at Paradise Canyon.
And that may be the end of the night for Andrew Malone.
Row 5, Section A. At Section A, Row 5, Seat 11. You have won yourself around the golf at Paradise Canyon, courtesy of that double by Ryan Podajchuk.
The line on Malone, 6 2/3 innings have worked. He was hit off of 4 times. 1 run, it was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5 along the way. A respectable start for Malone and his teammates greeting him outside the dugout, high-fiving him after that effort. Malone just over 90 pitches in this one. And the Tribe are going to go to lefty A.J. McElderry to try and keep the Bulls at bay. McKeldery, one appearance. It was in Regina. He worked 3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 1. He's 0-1 on the year. ERA of 6 after that 1 appearance. So the hard-throwing lefty is going to come in. So McKeldery, in front of 2,000 strong, will try and keep the Bulls to just 1 here. Ryan Padichuk will be at second base. After he had that double that scored Mason Shiflett from first. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and a 1-1 ball game here on Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball. McKeldery, University of Missouri, St. Louis, from Batavia, Indiana. 6'3", 215, getting set to make his second appearance with the Tribe. And the capacity crowd here in Lethbridge getting behind their Bulls.
Designated hitter number 16, Taylor Hutchison.
Number 8 hitter in their order, and Taylor Hutchison up to the plate as they get the wave going here in Lethbridge. Bulls on the board, and that has woke up this crowd of 2,000 plus. Hutchison on the year, a 191 hitter. He's got 1 RBI. He's walked 8 times on the season. McKeldery, first pitch, fastball, strike 1. And AJ comes in, has a look at the runner at second base. And the lefty from Indiana. Lefty on righty matchup here is Joe Carnahan. Brought in McKeldery to face the number 9 hitter, or 8 hitter in the lineup. Offering is up. 1-1. Hutchison 0 for 2, flying out and grounding out. McKeldery, the 1-1. Ground ball hit to Jose Rojas at short. That's in the glove and over to first base for the 3rd out. As Hutchison, for the 2nd time tonight, grounds out to Rojas at short. But the Lethbridge Bulls get a run on 1 hit, and they strand 1. Top of 8 coming up. We are tied at 1 when we return with Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball.
Excel Bus Lines is proud to once again be the official carrier of the Swift Current Indians, and have they got a deal for baseball fans. This July 23rd to 28th, see the Toronto Blue Jays in Seattle. $9.49 per person, double occupancy, and the seats are all in the lower club. That'll get you 3 baseball games plus rooms, and the trip is guaranteed. Also ask about a cruise trip in February of 2016 and their 7 Disneyland trips. Excel Bus Lines, the official carrier of the Swift Current Indians. Home Inn & Suites Swift Current is proud to be the official host hotel for the Swift Current Indians Ball Club. Home Inn & Suites Swift Current offers great amenities such as modern rooms, a continental breakfast, fitness center, water slide, and meeting rooms, all at a great low price. Home Inn & Suites is part of the growing home hotel brand. Make your reservation today by calling 306-778-7788 or by reserving online at homeinsc.ca.
We're back with more Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball. Glad you could join us, and happy Canada Day wherever you may be watching from. Ryan Schweitzer bringing you the action. Here in Lethbridge, 1-1 is the score. Getting set for the top of the 8th inning, 9-1-2 due up for the Swift Current Indians. Tribe up until the bottom of the 7th had been leading since the first pitch of the ball game. The top of the 1st inning home run by Darren Koch on the first pitch made it 1-0 Tribe. They managed to tie it. We're going to get one more bump in here. All right. Sweet Caroline singing along in Lethbridge. First pitch from Gibson. Fastball inside. 1-0 the count. So 1-0. Fritzky watches that pitch cross the plate for strike 2. Or strike 1, rather. Pitch hops away, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Fritzky gets a piece of it, but hits it hard to left field. And he put it not too far away from where Mason Shiflett was standing, so it's a loud out as Fritzky, who doubled the last time he was up, flies out to left this time. Fritzky seeing the ball well, so Darren Koch, a home run and a single for him thus far. Pitch to Koch, paints the outside corner. The 0-1 from Gibson, curveball. Count 1-2 to Koch. Home run and a single. Defending WNBL Offensive Player of the Week is Koch. And the leader in batting average for the Swift Current Indians, .349 on the year. Hit his second home run of the season on the first pitch of the game. And now tied for the Swift Current Indians lead in RBI. So the 1-2 as Gibson. Curveball stays up, and that'll even things out at 2 against Darren Koch. Top of the 8th inning here. Game tied. Tribe taking a 1-0 lead in the first. The Bulls putting one on the board in the 7th. Koch chops it towards the pitcher. Gibson, bobbled by Gibson. And Darren Koch, it's not pretty, but he'll scrap his way to first base. And it's going to be an E1. Koch reaching on error as Gibson couldn't find the handle on that ground ball. That'll bring Andrew Sauceda to the plate. Sauceda 0 for 3 this evening. 1 for 3 earlier today with an RBI. Pitches low to Sauceda. 1-0 count. Jose Rojas, 1 for 3 on the evening. Waits on deck. They're piled high and deep here in Lethbridge. Standing room crowd only, in some spots 3 or 4 people deep. Over to first goes Gibson. And Gibson about to hit pitch number 100 on the night. With Darren Koch over at first. Gibson to the plate. Sauceda singles in the 5-6 gap. And now 1 for 4 is Sauceda. 1 out and 2 on for Jose Rojas. Rojas 1 for 3 in the evening game. Earlier today he was 1 for 5. So 2 for 8, a 250 kind of day for Jose Rojas on the day so far. On the season, a .333 hitter with 2 home runs and 9 RBI. Runners on at first and second for him to work with, and only 1 out. Jose hitting third in the Tribe batting order, and Nick Day is on the on-deck circle. And we're going to get a nice slow walk out of the dugouts to the Bulls mound. Gibson just hit 100 pitches on the night. And it looks like he's going to stay in for now to face Rojas. Bulls do have some action up in their bullpen. They got a righty playing catch. So Tyler Gibson, this is his out so far. 2 on, 1 down. And Jose Rojas trying to give the Swift Current Indians their lead back here in the top of the 8th inning. Darren Koch at second base. Andrew Sauceda at first. Wind up from Gibson. Rojas underneath it. High fly ball that'll just head out in the outfield past short. Evan Como is underneath and he'll make the grab. So Rojas flies out to short. Nick Day 2 for 3 on the day up now.
Third baseman number 29, Nick Day.
2 down and 2 on for Nick. Nick Day from Avondale, Arizona, 6'2", 220 from Arizona Western College. This is his 10th game with the Swift Current Indians. 306 hitter. 1 home run. It was a solo shot in Yorkton, a no-doubter that he just nuked to left field. So 2 down, 2 on. Nick Day trying to give the Tribe their lead back. First pitch is fastball up. 1-0 count. Day steps out of the batter's box, looks to Joe Carnahan for signals. Joe not sending anything in. Top of the 8th, 1-1 the score. Swift Current Indians have 8 hits in this ball game. The Bulls have 4. Tribe haven't been dinged with any errors. Errors, arguably, their undoing earlier today in a 6-5 loss. 1-1 the count today. So 1-1. So runner at second, man at first. Gibson, the 1-1 today. Curveball stays up, and 2-1 the count. Hoping for a full house tomorrow in Swift Current when the Indians host the Regina Red Sox, their first home game in 8 days. And in a season where you have 48 games in 60 days, 8 games, or 8 days, an eternity to go without a home game. Tribe anxious to take to the playing surface at Mitchell Field. 2-1 pitch today. Fastball low. Make it 3-1. Darren Koch at second. Andrew Sauceda at first. Kevin Zarnecki on deck. And the count 3-1 today. Day steps out of the box and awaits the 3-1 offering from Gibson. 2 away here. Swift Current Indians could be a base hit away from taking the lead with that runner on at second. Fastball low. Day's going to get a walk to load the bases. And that'll do it for Gibson. Second mound visit of the inning for the Bulls. And Tyler Gibson, who held the Swift Current Indians to 1 run Gave up a solo home run on the first pitch of the game, but settled out after that, and he'll leave to an ovation here in Lethbridge. Gibson, 7 2/3, 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2 along the way, and faced 31 Swift Current Indian batters. Lethbridge Bulls bringing in a righty.
Busy change for the Bulls. Now the game pitching number 28, Chris Stadolka.
So Chris Stadolka is going to come in and try and keep the Swift Current Indians at bay. Stadolka, where's number 28 for the Bulls? Utilized frequently in that closer-type scenario for the Bulls. Stadolka, 9 appearances, 13 innings of work. He's been hit off of 5 times. He's walked 10, struck out 12. 3-0 with a couple of saves and an ERA of 0.00. So an ERA of donuts for the right-handed pitcher Stadolka. Certainly has some gas on his fastball. Bases are going to be loaded, and he's going to face Kevin Zarnecki. Zarnecki 0 for 3 coming into this at bat. On the season, a 208 hitter. On the day, Zarnecki was 1 for 3 earlier today with a couple of runs. So Zarnecki up now with 2 down and the bases loaded. One swing of the bat could make a huge difference for the Swift Current Indians as that pitch from Stadolka, fastball that pounds the strike zone. And 0-1, the count to Zarnecki. Right-handed pitcher versus lefty batter. As the Bulls recognizing where the Tribe was in the order with this lefty coming up in Zarnecki and bringing in the righty to face him. The 0-1, Stadolka, high, and leading off was Nick Day, and Day's going to get thrown out at first. Snap throw from Travis Steinke to get Nick Day over at first, and that'll do it for the Tribe as they strand 2 and don't score any. 1-1 the score. Swift Current Indians will try and hold the Bulls at bay when we're back in just a moment with Full Line Ag Swift Current Indians baseball.
Many of us take our ability to communicate for granted, yet the ability to hear and be heard is much more vital to our everyday lives than we realize. If you or someone you know is struggling, please call The Hearing Place at 778-0826 and book your appointment with audiologist Karen Woods. The Hearing Place. We focus on our client's journey.
It's summer cruising time, and Living Sky Casino would like to help fill your tank by giving away $1,000 in fuel every Wednesday in July. Swipe your Players Club card daily throughout July for chances to win $1,000 in fuel every Wednesday at 8 p.m. You must be present to win, so take a trip to Living Sky Casino to fill your tank. Live it up.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky. Live it up.
2082, the announced attendance for the Lethbridge Bulls here as we return with Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball. Ryan Schweitzer bringing you the action here. Bottom of the 8th inning, 1-1 the score. 9 innings might not be enough for this one here in Lethbridge. 2082, the attendance here. A.J. McKeldery.
S26230.
9-1-2 due up for the Bulls here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bulls had a walk-off win in the first end of the 9-inning doubleheader today, as Trace Hansen was able to get himself on base, steal second, steal third, and then head home on the overthrow to third.
Bottom of the 8th inning, leading off the Bulls.
So bottom of the 8th, Evan Como. It's only Como's 3rd trip to the plate. 0 for 2 in his previous 2 at plate endeavors. Crowd willing on the Bulls here late in this game. 1-1 is the score. A.J. McKeldery, second pitcher used by the Swift Current Indians thus far, as the lefty from Indiana came on in relief, and that is sent foul. A.J. McKeldery on the mound with the 5 o'clock shadow and the long hair. If you want to see an interesting looking picture, just do a Google image search of A.J. McElderry. In college for a while, he rocked the Brian Wilson beard. Charismatic lefty for the Tribe. 2-2 the count. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch is up. Como's going to go the distance with McElderry. Three-two pitch. And there's a shot over the head of Kevin Zarnecki at second base to right field. And Como displayed a gem of a game defensively, contributes now with the bat, getting himself on base for Lethbridge. Top of the order, and Trace Hansen for the Bulls in their home pinstripes. Swift Current Indians infield. Moves in a little bit. Nobody out, runner on first. Offense at a premium. Tribe thinking that the very mobile Trace Hansen may try and get a bunt down here. And he is showing bunt. Pulls away, and it's a 1-0 count. Hansen, a .382 hitter. 12 for 13 in stolen bases. Runner on at first and nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. A.J. McElderry on the mound for the Tribe. Looks the runner at first, delivers to the plate. Hansen bunts it into the backstop. And 1-1 the count. Josh Day in the on-deck area. Hansen 0 for 3 thus far in the evening game. Afternoon game, he was 2 for 5 with a couple of runs scored and 3 RBI. He was an offensive catalyst for the Bulls. So McElderry looks the runner at first. And the lefty focusing on Hansen, just missing a little bit outside. 2-1 the count with nobody out. Hansen, Day, Buffton. Bulls right where they want to be in their lineup to potentially pull ahead of the Tribe here. And McElderry is going to throw over to first base. Keeping Evan Como on the mind. Como on the year, 6 for 8 stealing bases. So he's certainly a threat to try to skedaddle to second. Kevin Betancourt's ready for him. Como in motion, hit and run is on, and that's fouled off. So 2-2 the count here. Trace Hansen, wearing number 2 in the Jeter-esque at the plate. McElderry to the plate. Hansen underneath it, pops it up. Court's going to try and make a play, and that'll hit the roof here at Spitz Stadium. Nothing Betancourt can do about that one, and count will remain 2-2. Tribe actually drove to Lethbridge yesterday for this doubleheader as they bust out of Swift Current around 2 o'clock. They'll head back tonight at the conclusion of this ball game and host Regina tomorrow at 7:05 at Mitchell Field in Swift. McElderry to the plate. Shot by Hansen into the glove of Zarnicki. The 4, the 6. Not quite able to turn the 3 as Hansen will reach on the fielder's choice. And that'll bring Josh Day to the plate.
Center fielder number 1, Josh Day.
Tribe try to turn 2. So Josh Day up, 1 for 3 tonight. Brandon Buffton on deck. Buffton's got a truckload of RBI on the season, and he's 2 for 3 on the evening. So 1 on for the Bulls, Trace Hansen. And A.J. McElderry could be doing that a lot over the next few minutes. Hansen, a base-stealing machine in the first game of the doubleheader. Hansen leading the Bulls with 13 swiped bags. He's 13 for 14 on the year, late in the game, with this one tied up at 1. He's not going to scamper on the first pitch of this offering to Day. A 1-0 count. As McElderry just missed up. And once again, Hansen held in check over at first. Bottom of the 8th inning, 1-1 the score. The Swift Current Indians took a lead on the first pitch of the game and had that lead until the bottom of the 7th when the Bulls were able to tie it up. On a Ryan Podajchuk RBI double. Throw over to first. Trace Hansen certainly on the mind of A.J. McElderry and the Swift Current Indians defense. And Kevin Betancourt's going to pop out from behind the plate and have a quick powwow on the pitcher's mound. Crowd in Lethbridge getting behind their Bulls. The Bulls an offensively explosive team. Best team in the WNBL. 19 wins on the year. And 1-0 count to Josh Day. Day, a .391 hitter. Runner on at first for him to work with. That's Trace Hansen. McElderry to the plate. Blocked by Betancourt. Hansen not in motion. 2-0 count. Hansen at first. McElderry to the plate. And that's fouled off by Day. Count 2-1. Day hasn't had as many at-bats as some of his Lethbridge teammates, but he's got the best average on the team at .391. Two and 1 is the count. And once again, McElderry's going to throw over to Fritzky. With the cagey Trace Hansen at first. And they want him to stay right there at first. McElderry delivers into the glove of Rojas. Bobbled by Rojas. Throw to first. Bobbled by Fritzky. And the Swift Current Indians kick the ball around a little bit. Now there's runners on the corners. And Josh Day will reach on air as Jose Rojas is going to get an E6 dinged at him.
Right fielder number 17, Brandon Buffton.
So 1 out and runners on the corners. The offensive-minded Lethbridge Bulls forcing the issue, and now they got big Brandon Buffton at the plate. Buffton 2 for 3. He struck out, but he singled and had an infield single. Hits .333 on the year and has 17 RBI. So Buffton 2 for 3. Runners in scoring position. Day over at first.
It's a foot more and it's a hit.
Day 1 for 3 in the stolen base department. We'll see if the Bulls try and advance him to second base and eliminate that force. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Swift Current Indians trying to strand Bull runners. Runner in motion. Betancourt feigns the throw to second base, and swiping second is Day. That'll eliminate the force at first and put 2 in scoring position. Kevin Betancourt electing not to throw to second and see if they could catch Hansen trying to sneak in the back door. So runners at second and third. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and an RBI man at the plate, and Brandon Buffton. He's got 17 of them on the year in 23 games. Buffton off the end of the bat. Fouled off. And 1 and 2. 2082 getting behind their Bulls with the count 1-2. 1-1 the score. McKeldery hit hard by Buffton, foul down the first base line.
And a few other things.
Canada Day here in Lethbridge. Bulls putting on a heck of a show here, as well as the Swift Current Indians. Tribe infield is in. 2 exciting games here for Canada Day. One earlier this afternoon. Not the result the Tribe wanted, but a come-from-behind win for the Bulls. And it'll be a called strike 3 as Buffton went to turn away from that pitch, and his bat broke the plane. A.J. McKeldery and the Swift Current Indians will take it. Tribe not out of the woods yet. 2 out, and Travis Steinke at the plate. Steinke hits .282. He leads the Bulls in home runs and RBI. So Steinke tends to come up big in situations such as this, and this will be a tough out for the Swift Current Indians with runners on at second and third. The Tribe can get out of this inning and roll the dice in the top of the ninth. It would be uplifting for them. These teams bookend the standings. Bulls in first place, Swift Current Indians in last. But the Tribe have played the Bulls well. The Bulls just a little bit more disciplined on this Canada Day. The Bulls are a team you can't make mistakes against, and the Tribe have, and the Bulls have made them pay for it. Pitch is up. Kevin Betancourt's going to pop out from behind the plate and go have a chat with McKeldery. And Steinke will patiently await at the plate for a 2-0 pitch from AJ. No action in the Swift Current Indians bullpen. Bulls haven't hit McKeldery well per se, but they've got these runners on second and third. Hansen reaching on a fielder's choice. Josh Day reaching on error. Pitch is in the dirt, and it'll be 3-0 to Steinke. Steinke will make McKeldery throw him a strike likely for the 3-0 pitch. .3-0 for McKeldery. Fastball for strike 1. And a 3-1 count now. Mitch Dornblatt on deck for the Bulls. Dornblatt a .315 hitter with a respectable 16 RBI. A little less ominous than Steinke. Strike 2. Back-to-back fastballs for strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. A.J. McKeldery with that fastball located in the same spot for the last 2 pitches. We'll see if Lightning can strike 3 times. Betancourt lines up a little bit outside. 3-2 pitch, and that's in the dirt. And Steinke will take a walk. So Mitch Dornblatt 0 for 2 with a walk in this game. Earlier today, Dornblatt was 2 for 4 for the Bulls.
First baseman, number 14, Mitch Dornblatt.
So bases loaded, and Joe Carnahan is going to have a powwow on the mound with everyone involved here, as he's going to bring his infield together, and they're going to strategize what to do with the bases loaded here. And it looks like the powwow is just going to be with McKeldery and Betancourt. So A.J. McKeldery, never at a loss for words. And Joe Carnahan, who never uses any more than he needs to. Pretty one-sided looking conversation on the mound there. So bases loaded for the Lethbridge Bulls. 2 out here, bottom of the 8th inning. A well-played defensive ball game, as both teams only able to get one run. Both teams have their fair share of offense. Tribe with plenty of pop in their bat. The Bulls with plenty of speed on the base pads. First pitch to Dornblatt. And he was thinking grand salami with that cut, but 0-1 the count as McKeldery blew that one past him. Dornblatt, .315 average on the year, 16 RBI. He'd love number 17 to come right about now. McKeldery, fastball, strike 2. And the count 0-2 to Dornblatt. Crowd behind him. As Betancourt and McKeldery set up the hitter for the 0-2. Ground ball hit to Nick Day, hit past him. One will score. Two will score. And Mitch Dornblatt with an RBI single that scores 2. And it's a 3-1 Bulls lead. Dornblatt putting that one past Nick Day. And a ground ball in the 5-6 gap that bleeds through and gives the Bulls 2 more runs on the board. Lethbridge puts up a crooked number. And the Tribe looking for a tough third out. Swift Current Indians sending Colby DeVries to the bullpen. 3-1 the score, bottom of the 8th. Tribe will need at least 2 in the top of the 9th. At least 2. Mason Shiflett up. He walked the last time he was up. He's also reached on a fielder's choice and flown out. Is Shiflett, big cut, 0-2. Shiflett 1 for 2 this game. Didn't play the first end of the doubleheader earlier today. And it's 0-2. Runners on at first and second. Bulls have put up 2 this inning and now lead 3-1. McKeldery induces a ground ball. Rojas gets that over to first, and they get the third out, but the Bulls do a little bit of damage. 3-1 the score. Tribe need at least 2 in the top of the 9th when we return with Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball.
Saying goes,
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
well, in this digital age, it's not what you know or who you know, but who knows you. If you're in business and want to be noticed, get in touch with Snowstreaker Media.
Websites, social media, video production, creative writing.
Trust Snowstreaker to tell your stories in ways that will get everyone's attention. If you're looking for an edge on the competition, make Snowstreaker your secret weapon. Visit snowstreaker.com to learn more.
The Hearing Place is proud to continue their support of the Swift Current Indians Baseball Club. Located conveniently in the Swift Current City Plaza, the Hearing Place is your #1 stop for hearing healthcare in Southwest Saskatchewan. Don't compromise on your hearing. Get tested by our qualified audiologist, Karen Woods. Call the Hearing Place at 778-0826 and book your appointment today. The Hearing Place. We focus on our client's journey.
And we're back with Full Line Ag, Swift Current Indians baseball. Top of the 9th, Kevin Zarnecki up for the Indians. Zarnecki, Ackerman, ends.
Top of the 9th inning, and leading off for Swift Current is second baseman number 9, Kevin Zarnecki.
So Zarnecki will try and spearhead a top of the 9th rally. And the Swift Current Indians will do their best to not fall to 0-2 on the day. Strike 2 to Zarnecki as he takes a big hack. Lethbridge Bulls, if they win this, it'll be win number 20 on the year. First team in the league to hit 20 wins. If the Tribe loses, they'll fall to 6-17. High chopper hit right back to Studulka, who came on in relief last inning for the Bulls, and Zarnecki grounds out to the pitcher. And one down here in the top of the ninth inning. Nate Ackerman up now for the Tribe. Ackerman is 1 for 3. Ackerman takes a big hack and misses. Tyler Enns on deck for the Tribe. Studulka drops that pitch into the strike zone. And 0-2 the count to Ackerman. Tribe more than looking forward to playing at home tomorrow when they host the Regina Red Sox. 7:05 at Mitchell Field. Hoping for a full house for that outing against Regina. 0-2 pitch, Studulka. High hopper, Como charges off to first, and they get Ackerman. Como again so reliable at short. And 2 away. Tyler Enns represents the last chance for the Swift Current Indians here in Lethbridge.
Center fielder number 24, Tyler Enns.
Just about to hit 2.5 hours since the beginning of our webcast here. And top of the ninth inning. First pitch to Enns is inside from Studulka. Kevin Betancourt on deck. Swift Current Indians trail by 2 as the Lethbridge Bulls put up 2 in the bottom of the 8th. 1-0. High and inside to Enns. Make it 2-0. Enns on the afternoon has walked and grounded out twice. (3-0) to Tyler Enns. As he's going to try and elongate this contest with the Bulls. He's going to make Studulka throw him a strike here. And Enns will be summoned back to the plate, thinking that was ball 4. And 3-1 the count. Strike 2. There's 2 pitches where Enns figured that he was walked, but nothing doing. So 3-2. Full count to Enns. 3-1 the Bulls lead it. 2 out. And there will be ball 4. Take 3. So Kevin Betancourt, who represents the tying run for the Swift Current Indians here in the top of the ninth, makes his way to the plate. Betancourt 0 for 3 thus far. So his 4th at bat. And Betancourt will look for something he can drive. Tyler Enns takes his lead at first. Betancourt chops one foul towards the parking lot. 0-1 the count to KB. Reed Fritzke on deck for the Tribe. Tribe down to their final out, but Betancourt represents the tying run with Tyler Enns at first. So 0-1 the count to Betancourt. Studulka delivers. Betancourt checks his swing. And not going around was KB. So 1-1 the count. 2 away, ends at first. Betancourt gets underneath it. High fly ball to first base. Mitch Dornblatt makes the catch. And that'll do it. Bulls take both ends of the Canada Day doubleheader. They'll win this one 3-1 here in the top of the ninth. Tribal Strand, Tyler Enns. And for the Swift Current Indians, they'll fall to 6-17 on the year, while the Bulls win their 20th and move to 20-5. Our Swift Current Indians player of the game for the second end of the doubleheader, and for the second end of today, it's going to go to a Tribe pitcher. Andrew Malone, 6 2/3 innings on the mound. He was hit off 4 times, 1 run. He walked 2 and struck out 5, facing 25 batters. Andrew Malone is your Swift Current Indians player of the game. Our next Full Line Ag Swift Current Indians webcast is going to be tomorrow night at Mitchell Field when the Tribe host the Regina Red Sox. We certainly hope that you can join us for that contest. 7:05, first home game in 8 days for the Swift Current Indians. They're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night at Mitchell Field. Tribe lose 3-1 in the second end of a doubleheader. That'll do it for another edition of Full Line Ag Swift Current Indians baseball. Good night from Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge.
They will play the Saskatchewan Division leading Weyburn Beavers. The game time is 7:05 on Saturday.